I live in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's changed now. I've been there a long time. Now it's, like dogs with Uggs and, that's the vibe. But there's still some of the old school. Like I heard this argument out the window the other day. One guy shouts at another guy, "You know what the real N-word is? Psh, knowledge." And I said, my wife hates it there. She's like, she can't stand it. It's like, we got to go on vacation. We're going on vacation. So she surprised me. She's like, we're going to go to Costa Rica, right? It sounds good, right? But she didn't tell me we're staying in the jungle, right? It's something you should know, at a health resort. Because that's where you get healthy, is in the jungle, Hey, you lost a lot of weight. You working out at a gym? No, it's that tsetse fly that bit me. I got the malaria, it's like through the urethra. So I pack of nice stuff. I got my little alligator belt like Great Gatsby. You pack that thing in there. We catch the big plane. And I'm cool flying the big plane, but those little planes, I get scared on. We got to catch the little plane. And little plane, we get there, the pilot starts it with the hand, so that's not a good sign. And the pilot had an eye patch, and the other eye was lazy. It was looking where the old eye used to be. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna die, right? So the thing takes off. The engine doesn't sound good. It sounds like somebody sucked up a penny with the dustbuster, like, I'm like, we're gonna die. And the pilot keeps looking back and winking with the remaining eye, from the cockpit, because we're the only people on the plane that can fit in it, I'm like, make that eye look that way, don't mess around. He's like, and we're fine. So now we land. Now we got to catch a raft to the jungle, right? I'm not Huck Finn. I've never been on a raft, right? So the guide comes over and I'm asking him questions. I think they're normal questions. I'm like, dude, you got like a raft license? You went to raft school. You got like a certificate I can see or something. And the guy's not friendly at all. He doesn't answer any questions. He only says one thing to me. He looks at me. He's like, in the jungle, there is no law, right? Like, kind of a passive-aggressive answer, right? So it's one of those things where you're not sure if the person insulted you or not or whatever. So I'm on the raft, I'm kind of marinating, and I look on one side, there's trees, another side, there's a tree that's fallen. So, all of a sudden, it sprouts arms and legs and starts following us. I'm like, oh, that's a crocodile. I better tell the guide. I'm like, dude, there's a crocodile back there. He's like, it's time. I'm like, it's time for what? It's time to paddle. I'm like, you got the only paddle. What do I use? The hand. I'm not putting a hand in the water, All I could think is a crocodile saw the belt and wanted revenge. You killed my cousin, whatever. So we make it to the land. Now we're staying in huts, right? We're staying in huts, which I don't recommend, by the way. I'm not a hut person. So I start unloading my stuff, and the guy comes over. He's like, don't leave the clothes out, because in the night, the howler monkey coming. He taking the clothes. He on it. I'm like, the what? The howler monkey coming. He taking the clothes. He on it. I'm like, I live in Brooklyn. I'm not worried about the howler monkey. I had a rat run over my foot. I was wearing a flip-flop the other day, and it tickled, So I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. All my stuff is gone. I look up in a tree. There's a howler monkey up there, and he's got my shirt on. And I know he's stolen stuff for it because the sleeves are rolled up. He's checking my watch. So now my wife wants to go on a hike in the jungle, right? So it's just me, her, and the guide. Or her and I and the guide. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And it's one of those situations, I don't know if you've been, where you're out of your element, and the dude in charge takes advantage. Like he was pointing out the features of the jungle to her in great detail, but when it's my turn, he'd lose enthusiasm. He's kind of hitting on her in front of me, had a machete. It was really awkward, He'd be like, look, you break that leaf and chew. That's like a toothpaste from the nation for the lady. I'm like, what's that? Leaf. You don't say leaf before. Look over there, that's the Jesus Christ lizard because he's running on the water like Jesus. I'm like, what's that? Man, look at the leaf. You walk too slow. You take the long handle. And they start trying to scare me. He's like, shh, what's that sound? I'm like, what sound? The chancho. The chancho is coming. What's the chancho? The chancho is a big pig with the tusk. He smell the gringo. He know they have the money. This make him angry. I'm like, how do you get away from the chancho? You climb the tree. Chancho very smart. He know you're in the tree. He pee-pee around the base of the tree. The pee-pee smell come up. You breathe, you fall woozy. You fall out of the tree. The chancho bite you. Hey, you die. So now I'm terrified that this pig with a raging urinary tract infection, like a working degree of economics, is going to come running out of the jungle. 3 hours later, no chancho. Now this guy wants a tip. And all of a sudden his English is really good. He's like, I don't know if you saw, but there was a 20% gratuity at the bottom of that contract. I looked at him, I was like, in the jungle, there is no law. Good night, everybody. I'm DC Ben.